All right. So right now I'm just doing a recording because I don't feel like streaming this to my channel. So, Mr. Howard, let's get into it. Okay. So we're gonna do a screencast to basically how I have my OBS set up and everything and how to set some things up. So I guess we'll start with the settings. So you click on the settings, and sorry about the forever ending loop. It's just since we're castrating OBS, it just keeps going forever, which can be entertaining. Okay, so in our first thing of settings, we have this general tab. In the general tab, so we can choose between any of these languages. I can't read or speak any of these languages besides English, so we'll stick with that. I have them on a default, even though I do like the dark theme. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but I also do like this theme, but we'll just keep it with dark for now. I have it to where it automatically checks for updates on each start, just because it makes it a little bit easier and you're always staying up to date, because updates come out pretty often for OBS. I really don't need these show confirmations when I start and stop my streams, because I just know when I start and stop, so I don't need another pop-up telling me. And then I don't like recording when I stream, but this is a good thing for if you try to do YouTube videos as well, so you can always just go back and look through recording and get clips from that way. Other stuff is like it's just set up by default. I'm not the expert on these things, so I just left these as default whenever I first started up the OBS. Stream tab just lets you connect to your stream, and just keep that, and you choose the streaming service you want to use. The three main ones is just the Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live, but it looks like they have Twitter now, but there's some other ones, but those are the three main ones. I use Twitch, and you can choose a server you want to connect to, which I usually default, but it's probably either connecting to probably somewhere in Texas, or it's up in New York is the one it's probably connecting to for me, but I'd probably just leave that on default. So no matter where you're at, it always just finds the best one for you. And then stream key, this is something you don't want to show people, but it's the key that links your Twitch to your OBS. Okay, so output, this is where we can mess around with a few things. So output, so I have my video bitrate set to 2500. 2500 is about probably the lowest you want to go for this to keep it looking decent. If you can, I'd go way higher depending on the internet you have, but 2500 keeps my stream from lagging, but still gives it a good look on the end user. On encoder, I use hardware, which it uses your graphics card to encode the video. And I do this because I have a 1080 Ti graphics card, and I don't want to overload my CPU by trying to use it for the game, streaming, and just overheat it, even though I have it overclocked. Audio bitrate, I just keep it at the default, which is 160. And then the encoder preset, I try to set to high performance, as it says higher equals less CPU. So I just try to keep it high quality. I mean high performance. I could do high quality probably as well, since I am using my GPU to encode these. And then since I'm recording right now, I can't change any of this, but this is the path. I'll just have it go into a separate drive where I have named cloud videos, where it's just automatically saving these two. And you can change these around as you like. I can't show you any of these, but I do talk. I will mention them if I can remember all of them exactly. Let me see. Hang on. Let me pull up this and get that out of the way so you don't have to look at that. Okay. So when we are in the recording, so you can set the recording quality. I try streaming the best quality, but it's a lot easier to record than to stream, so you could change the record quality to be high quality. There's not really a bit rate for that. It's just presets like high quality, low quality, just whatever you want. But recording format, this is one you'll have to decide what is best for your needs, because there are 6 different formats you can choose from. So there's FLV, which is the flash player, MP4, MOV, MKV, TS, and M3U8. I'm not sure about all those, but from what I understand is that FLV, I'm kind of looking at my notes I went over. FLV is video streaming, so it's used to deliver fast-paced videos over the web. MP4 is the digital media container used to store video and audio, but can be used to store other data such as subtitles and still images. And then MOV is, as you know, probably developed by Apple, but it works with both Mac and Windows. It may contain multiple tracks, different types of media, and often used for saving movies and other video files. And then MKV, I never heard of this one before, which is it's a video files used for playing video. It's an open standard free container format used for multimedia content. And then TS, used to store MPEG-2 compressed videos, and then you often see these on DVDs in a sequence of multiple TS files. And M3U8 is, I've never heard of this one either, is so it's used for HTTP live streaming format used by Apple to stream video to their iOS devices. So that's just the basic gist of all those that you might choose from. I just use MP4 because it's the one I'm most familiar with, and I can open it in Windows Movie Maker. So if I need to edit a video or something, I can just go through there and get it that way. So let's see. Then we have the audio. So kind of like we talked about in that one application. I can't think of the name of it, but we have the sample rates that we can choose from. Channels. So if you want just stereo, if you want surround sound or mono, just keep it on stereo. And then desktop audio, so it's like the desktop audio that you can hear. So let's see if I play, if I can find, let's see, I'm gonna go, let's pull up a song. Okay, so let's go into the settings, get the audio, we'll set this to the default, apply. Okay, so now that we get that set, you can see down here that we have audio, and you can see all different ways the audio can come through from the scene that I am on right now, which is this main screen. So we have microphone and desktop, so just music. I'm gonna turn it off so I can keep talking. And then if I wanted to, I just disable my webcam because I don't need audio coming through there because I have my, and then video capture device is my PlayStation that I have hooked up through a capture card. Okay, let's keep going through the settings. So yeah, so we can do that. So we can disable, choose a different, if something else coming through different speakers, we can choose that speaker depending on which one we want. But this is how I set up. I just use the default for that. So everything I have is going through my headphones, will come through the stream as well, or the video. And then microphone, I just have my microphone. I don't have any push to talk or push to mute set up, because if I want to mute it, I'll just go and mute it as I need by clicking on it. Video, I can't change any of these right now because I am recording, but I have a 1440p main screen, so that's why I have my base canvas as that. And you want to downscale because it helps getting a better FPS, as this helps limit your usage kind of so you're not overheating any on anything. And I just go down to 720 because you can't really know any difference unless you're jumping. So, but you can know a difference. But and then I just use bicubic to downscale, and there's 3 options for that. It's like bicubic, bilinear, and then another one that I can't remember at the moment, and I can't switch, so I can't see it. And then you can choose the frames on the output. So down here I have it set to 30, as you can see, and it's showing 30 here. And there's 3 different ways you can do this. You can do common FPS values, which is 30, 60, or you can do an integer where you just type in the one you want, or there's a third type. I can't remember that one either. But kind of just set these up as you see fit. So whatever kind of monitor you're streaming on, and this output just makes it a little bit easier. So hotkeys, I don't use many hotkeys. I did set up a few, so like to switch between scenes to the ones I use the most. Just a few of those to switch between, but there's nothing too much special about that. And then advanced, so I set my processing priority high. That way, no matter what's going on my computer, the stream will take priority. So it keeps it from dropping frames and stuff like that. Can't change any of this, but I think the only one I have on my computer is a Direct3D 11, and then you have color format. I just keep these on default. I kept this on default as well. And you can change the file name formatting if you don't like if you want to be a little bit more specific, instead of it just being like the year, the time, and stuff like that from when the video is played, you can always just change it. And then you have stream delay, which allows you to, so if you want no delay, which is nearly impossible, but if you want no delay, or little as delay as possible, you'll uncheck this. If you want a delay, like say you're doing something that you don't want people seeing until 30 seconds after because maybe you're doing like a tournament or something, or you can set a delay, and then you can also change your length. So this in seconds, so if you want it to be 30 seconds, a minute, 90 seconds, but delay is always in seconds. So we'll turn that off because I don't need it on. And then automatically reconnect, I have that enabled because if my internet were to go out or if something just flips on and off, it'll try to reconnect until it can't, then it'll stop. But if it's just a little hiccup, it can get back going without having to turn the stream off, turn it back on, get it going again. So those are the settings I have. Pretty basic, nothing changed too much. But we'll go through and create a new scene. So I have all these scenes, so like starting scene, these are ones that I've created already. Starting scene has just one thing, it has basically just a picture that I usually just play music in the background for when I'm starting up things, but let's go ahead and make a new one. So you just click this plus to create a new one, and then, so let's cancel this, plus to create a new one, and then let's see, we'll get rid of this one. So we'll go, and then minus to get rid of this. Like if you just want to remove one, you just go on that one and click minus and it gets rid of it. We'll go and add. We'll go ahead and add a new scene if I can find this. Okay, so we'll go ahead. So yeah, so minus, as you can see, it shows, are you sure you wish to remove main screen? No, we're not going to remove it because you won't be able to see. We'll add, and we'll choose, I have 3 screens, and we'll just make this one, we'll call it like left screen. Left screen. Because we're going to do my left monitor. So okay, so it's black. So right now we created that scene, but there's no sources in there, so it's not capturing anything. But you probably can't tell that because it's hard to show. I really don't know how I'm going to show this, but yeah, so there should be nothing there because we have nothing. But let's go ahead and add a screen real fast. So we'll do this on main screen actually, so you can actually see what I'm doing. That makes more sense. So we'll just add it to this. So we'll come here, you click the add. So basically the same thing, but you have all these different options. So there's The different sources are input capture, output capture, browser, color source, display capture, game capture, image, and so forth, scene, text, video capture device, window capture. Okay, so like we said, we're going to do a monitor, so we're trying to do a display capture because we want to capture the entire display. We'll create it new, and we'll just name it left screen. Okay, so that pops up this because it takes all your monitors, and we'll do which one? Not that display because that's my right one, and we'll do this one, which I have Spotify on. You said okay, and now we can see it, and then you can scale it with how you want. You can choose to lock it in place, so now I can't move it, it stays there. Unlock it is what allows you to move it around the screen and rescale. And then this eyeball will hide it or show it for any of these things. So the multiple things, oh, you don't, okay, so I don't want them to see this, turn it off. I don't want, and then bring it back up. And same with webcam gone. So all these, so we'll talk about these real fast. So the main ones I use is browser for stream elements, because on their website you can create an overlay, which is like let me get rid of this stuff screen now, which is like the It Mr. Fish and stuff like that around there. So you create that, and then you make a browser, and you can see it. Webcam is just a video capture device. So yeah, video capture device is what webcam falls under. So basically, use browser depending on to get something from the browser. So you just put a URL in and you pulls it from whatever on that URL. Display capture is used to capture entire monitor. Game capture is so if like you have a game open, you can capture that game. But that's from if the game is on the computer. Image is just an image. Image slideshow is image slideshow, so it just goes through all the images. I haven't messed with this one, but it looks like you can add a scene as a source, which I'm not too sure how that works. I haven't done it because I don't see the point, because if I want to go to a different scene, I'll just click it over here. And then I don't know why I have video capture device, but that's how I get to my PlayStation. It's just through a external capture card. And then main is a display capture. But media source is just media, and then window captures if you want to capture a specific window on a web page. Something that you might have to do is mess with the settings on each of these, because I know when on my webcam I had to go into and then how, oh, okay, backtracking. How scenes work is like a hierarchy kind of thing. Nah, but if something's on top of the other, so if I move this to the bottom of the list, you can't see it because it's behind the main screen. So you got to put these in the correct order. So the bottom is being the most, and you stack things on top of it. So that's how that works. So you just kind of mess around with this until you get it how you want. So if I put basic, I don't want basic above, because then my webcam shows above it. I want to keep the overlay in front of everything, and I want to keep the main thing behind this biggest thing so everyone can see it. I already kind of talked about this. It shows how high you're getting in your decibels, so you can mess with this. You don't mess with the volume, so can't really hear me. Make it louder until I find about the right audio position, so I'm not blowing people's eardrums out. I'm trying to think of what else that we can talk about. We can talk about the recording down here. So if you're live, it tells you how many minutes you've been live, and then if you're recording, it tells you how many minutes you're recording. So we've been recording for 19 minutes and 40 seconds. So I'll probably cut it off about here then, since I guess that's like the limit. I don't want to go too much and get into in depth and take up your time. So I hope this qualifies as a screencast. I'm not entirely sure.